Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Mountain Man Monday. This is live stream episode number 79. Today is June the 21st, 2021. I want to welcome everyone who joins me this Monday evening live here from the mountains of Western North Carolina, and anybody who might be joining later on delay on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel. As always, this live stream and all are available under the live stream playlist. And while you're on the Mr. Mountain Man YouTube channel, make sure to check out all the videos and content. Like, subscribe, share with your friends, and let them know that we've got a presence here in Western North Carolina, sharing what's cool from here and beyond. I hope everybody's had a great start to their week and a nice Monday. A little bit of a delay getting kicked off here. I see some folks are already in here. I want to say hello. They've been sitting here patiently waiting. We got Living Like Larry. Hello and happy Mountain Man Monday. Hello to you all. And hope you're having a great start to your day. AZ Rock is here. How was Father's Day? Adriana LaShore says, yes, I will get into that, and hope you had a great Father's Day. I appreciate those Father's Day wishes. And I want to wish a happy Father's Day to all the fathers. And as I said, father figures as well that are out there. I know I'm a day late being here on Monday, but also I did wish well wishes on Instagram. Hope everybody got to see that. Speaking of hope, Faith is here. What's up, everyone? It's Mountain Man Monday. That's what's up. And I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. We've got Lily here. Hey, Mr. Mountain Man, hope your Monday is the beginning of a fabulous week. I do as well. It was a full day. It looks to be a full week, but you know what? That's good. Things are happening, and it's good to be busy. Hope you are having a nice start to your week as well. We got Mr. Muskie here saying, hey, I hope you are doing well and having a nice start to your week. People were asking about Father's Day. Father's Day was great. As maybe you had seen by the pictures, we did a little cooking out from the mountains, place I've been to before. And that was kind of interesting because I'll tell the story here in a minute. I guess people are fully rolled in, but we went over to, as I mentioned, Pisgah National Forest, and we were cooking out, and I had bought those Insta-Light charcoals, which I have used for years, and they're a piece of cake. You put them in a grill, you light them, they self-light. You don't need lighter fluid, and they go to town. I brought a brand new, self-starting matchstick lighter, and figured, way I go. I load up the grill at this park here in the mountains, and the charcoal just wouldn't light. I mean, it wouldn't light for anything. And this is kind of the one time I didn't bring the lighter fluid, because that stuff, normally those types of charcoal work really well. So I thought, well, maybe I bought the wrong bag and I misread it. Nope, it's the Insta-Light stuff. It took 30 minutes to get those things lit. And I was worried because I used up almost an entire lighter trying to light that charcoal. And I told the family, I said, I think I'm going to have to go back into town and buy lighter fluid and matches, because we don't have a lit grill, and there was nobody around. It was later in the evening. I'm like, we got to, I don't know what to do. But we started adding in like some dry bamboo and some sticks and stuff to try to get, something lit. And that was one of my kids' recommendation, which was great. And so we finally did get it to, flare up with some of that extra additional debris, which did light just in time, because I had like just an ounce left of lighter fluid. And I don't know what happened. I mean, I noticed that the bag had been ripped from Walmart and was taped over. And I'm like, did somebody prank and like put regular charcoal inside here? Maybe the bag got wet. I don't really know. Then I took a couple more charcoals after it kind of got lit and put them on. And sure enough, they flared up very quickly. So I wonder if like the top of the bag, something was wrong with the charcoal, but that was kind of a pain in the butt that it didn't light as it was supposed to. We got it lit. We had a nice meal. And then the next day, which was yesterday, went to church in the morning and went to eat afterwards. It was nice. I took a nap in the afternoon, had some tacos at home later, and spent time with the family. I did end up having to do a little bit of housework because we ended up getting a new bed. And when we removed the old one, we needed to vacuum and kind of steam clean the carpets. I didn't realize delivery was today. So I was doing that yesterday afternoon. So it wasn't perfect alignment with all those tasks, but you know, you never stop being a dad and getting things ready and doing stuff. So it was nice. I hope all of you had a great Father's Day. Feel free to chime in if you did anything. Foxy Wolf says it's Monday. I see my hand, so it's light outside, but it's still the Mountain Man Monday live stream nonetheless. Yes, we got on here. I'll turn that off for a second, and we'll get the thumbnail going. Right? Can I get in there? Can I? Maybe we'll use that one. Let's see. Yes. Enjoyed videos. Lily's got videos. Larry's got new videos. Kentucky Girl has new videos. Everybody, a lot of people, make sure to check out. Good evening, Mr. Mountain and all in chat. Hope as well. And good Father's Day. Great to be back on. Yes, you as well. I know you oftentimes have early days and working. So glad that you were able to join us. Hope you had a wonderful Father's Day and everything is going well. Let's see. Just trying to stay caught up here today. You notice I got on a little bit earlier tonight, guys. Which was nice. Again, it happens just, you know, however the day goes. It might be in the summer based on activities. I might more regularly, at least for the summer stretch, be on roughly this time. We'll see how it goes, but that could be a possibility. Right before, or those that were on there earlier, like Larry and such, I did have a malfunction with the microphone. The wing nut that holds the microphone to the mount stripped, because the microphone is really heavy and this is plastic. It does have metal threads in here and there was no saving this. So I did quick thinking. I was trying to get something, because without that, the microphone, I have nothing to keep it in place. It would have been a problem. So I got out my old made in the USA Robo Grip Craftsman pliers, but I found a wing nut, not even a regular nut, that went on the existing bolt very nicely. So I got it all set up. In fact, that wing nut that's on here, let me see if I remove that banner for a second. Oh, you still can't see it. Anyway, whoops, did I mess it up? Well, anyway, it's kind of like right down in here, which is covered up. But anyway, that's why I was late. And so I had hoped to be on about 15 to 20 minutes earlier. AZ Rock says my dad got out of the hospital this past Friday. That's great. Good news on that front. IV antibiotics for 10 more days and then a low dose of the same forever. Hopefully your dad is on the up and up, especially around Father's Day. Yeah. I don't know what's going on here with the rum. Check it out. You should try the chimney starter. Yes, listen. About the charcoal. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sorry, as you know, I don't connect the dots. Yeah, if we had something that would have lit it, I didn't have anything flammable at the time, or some moonshine. Yeah, something. The chimney starter. If you guys are familiar with the Instalight, you pay a little bit more, but usually just light and they go. They just light up. They're really convenient. And so, anyway, that was really a bit of a challenge, but the family came through. We got it. It was kind of like a little extra adventure. We had the food. It was great. By the way, one of the mosquito repellents that we used out there is called, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, but it's like Picardian or Picardian or something like that. It's a cream. And I had got it when I traveled to the Philippines, which I have a video on the channel. But anyway, we had used it because we were out later in the day and the mosquitoes would have eaten us alive. I'm telling you, that stuff is amazing. I mean, I've used DEET and Off and all that kind of stuff like that. But if you know what I'm talking about, this stuff is really good. I got a couple of bottles off of Amazon a couple of years ago. I didn't get one bite and it has no smell to it. So anyway, just a little side effect for being outdoor. We got Loli D here. Hello to you guys. I hope you're doing well and having a nice start to your week. Hope Faith says, I want to ask Mr. Mattman YouTube family, please pray for my friend's little boy who was in a bike wreck a few days ago and a stick hit his lungs and he missed his heart by a quarter inch. He's only 4. Absolutely. So young. Prayers for your friend and their family. And I hope that boy is on the up and up and up. For sure. Please. Yeah, absolutely. Hope that little boy does better. We got LSMAR2. What's up? It is Monday. Happy Mountain Man Monday. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hey, we got Rita here. Rita, it wouldn't be a Monday without you and the rest of the game. Glad that you are here. Hope you're having a nice start to your week and a nice Monday. Hey, by the way, one of the things I did on Father's Day, speaking of Rita and her neck of the woods, is I have historically and been a big time NASCAR fan, and but I have been so absolutely busy for so long that it's just hard to sit down these days. I do make an effort in the fall to watch all the Steelers games, usually on delay, so I can fast forward through the commercials. But I haven't been able to be invested in NASCAR like I was years ago. But I sat down and I watched about half yesterday, kind of touch and go while I was vacuuming and steam cleaning the carpets. And it was in Nashville. Nashville hadn't had a cup race, a premier race, since 1984. And so I know that was a big deal for the city. It was a pretty good race. And it was kind of cool how they highlighted the city. Nashville looks like a cool place to visit sometime. I'm not the biggest country music fan, but just the history and like all the stuff they were showing about Johnny Cash and, in between the reels and stuff, that was really cool. So for sure need to check out Nashville someday. Let's see. Everybody saying howdy, howdy, howdy. Traveling Hoosier, howdy to you. Hope you are doing well. You and Blondie's adventure up in the Midwest. Let's see. And yep, there's Blondie's Adventures. Hi, Mr. Mountain Man. Hope you guys are doing well and your summer adventures are going well. Do I have any store or merchandise? I do not currently. Maybe someday. Right now the community is pretty it's kind of a small community. I'm not that big of a channel. And so, I do have a, branding and everything is set up if that ever needs to come in someday, but currently I do not. I thought about maybe one day making one Mountain Man t-shirt to wear around when I go out, like with the family or something. Yeah, so, not currently. Yes, hope that little boy recovers. And Loli, I did have a great Father's Day. I appreciate it. Thank you for asking. The family was wonderful. Everything was fantastic. My wife made these really good tacos. I meant to post a picture. I took a picture. I didn't post a picture. One of the things I really like are these. They're kind of like spicy nacho Dorito. They're not Dorito brand taco. I've told you guys before these taco shells. They're really good. And then we use taco meat. Yeah, we use taco meat. We use turkey meat. And then all the fixins, like my wife would put out like black olives, onions, lettuce, all that good stuff. Anyway, it's really good. Let me tell you something. Tacos at home, I don't know if you guys feel the same, are way better than tacos out. You just get like really, really good food. I appreciate that, Blondie's Ventures. I appreciate all the Father's Day wishes. That was really cool. Thank you so much. And again, to all the fathers and father figures out there, hope they had a wonderful Father's Day. Here in the mountains, it was raining early in the day. That's why we went and grilled out on Saturday. Otherwise, we would have done it yesterday. Hey, hike with Mike. Hope you are doing well. You know what's funny? I was just thinking about you the other day because I was watching something about Florida or hiking or something. So hope you've had some good adventures recently and things are going well down in your way. Blondie's Adventures, I appreciate that. Everyone hit the big thumbs up, the medium-sized thumbs up, the little thumbs up, or whatever you want to do. Just such a great community. It's all really cool. Because everybody week to week, we get to see the same folks. Got my stitches out today and my little Hokie's no longer scared of me as lying in my lap as we speak. I remember, Foxy, I kind of backed into it that you got hurt. I implicitly kind of figured it out based on the things you said last week. So I hope something about you fell and I hope you are doing well and things are getting better for you. It sounds like if the stitches are out, then you're doing better. Hey, Kentucky girl, Mr. Mountain Man Gang, hope you're having a great start to your week. Nice Monday. Saw just fly across the wire that you had a video of like gnomes. So anyway, I mentioned, there's several folks on here that have new videos. Always feel free to promote your videos on here. Let everybody know, hey, everybody, I got a new video on such and such and such, and let them know. As far as Nashville, there's a lot more than country music. It's a great city. Yeah. I was actually supposed to go there last year, but then the pandemic happened and I didn't end up there. So it's in my opinion, it's like a stone's throw from the Asheville, Western North Carolina area. So I am hoping to get there at some point. Are you ready for July? What do you usually do for the 4th? So the 4th of July, it depends. Like when you look back to when we lived in Florida, July 4th weather was usually the pits. And also, where we lived in Florida, the fireworks weren't that organized. So it's weird because we went to Disney World so much and they had the best of the best fireworks displays at like Epcot and the Magic Kingdom. We were kind of spoiled with good fireworks display. So as far as fireworks in July 4th, we didn't always see fireworks, especially when the kids are small and it was hot and muggy and pouring rain and thunderstorms. Florida really wasn't the best all the time for July 4th. So, but as of recent, since we've moved to Asheville, pandemic kind of ruined things last year, as obvious. But so I think we watched like the PBS Capitol Fourth or whatever. But in other years, downtown Asheville has a great fireworks display. And all the suburbs in the greater Western North Carolina area also have fireworks. We haven't really zoned in on what we're going to do. But cooking out, always cook out. I mean, but do I not, this isn't, a lot of people, I think of grilling between Memorial Day and Labor Day. But as you all know, I grill year round. I mean, like, I think I put pictures out there of me grilling for the family on Christmas Eve. I cooked T-bones for, my wife and I, and some other stuff for the kids. And so I grill year round, but most certainly on July 4th, and it's going to be, I still have those ribs that are frozen. I don't know if I'm going to do those. I'm going to do them sometime on the grill. Mr. Mountain Man, can I ask you a YouTube question? You bet you can. I can't, but go ahead and put it in the chat. Are you going on a trip anytime? So as far as like going to the mountains, the plan, I would like to get out on the motorcycle soon. I would, there's a lot of areas. I have a whole huge backlog of places I would like to do a video. So yes. And then this summer, plan on going with the family to Myrtle Beach sometime. So that'll be exciting because last year we weren't able to. Which, by the way, the Benjamin's Calabash Seafood Buffet video continues to be very popular here on the channel. So if anybody haven't seen it, it's kind of weird as I go back on my older videos because the maturation process of being on YouTube, even the live streams. I was sitting there with my wife last week watching the live streams, some old ones, not lengthy, but it's amazing how much better. I kind of cringe at some of my older videos. I mean, that's normal, like anything, like work or whatever. You look back and you want to do better. And I'm probably look at this live stream 2 years from now and be like, oh, I could have done this better. But what I was mentioning about Benjamin's Calabash, that's an older one, but it's aged well. It's still very popular, and it's been popular this summer because I think a lot of people go to Myrtle and they check out food places and then they see my video. That was one of the best videos that I did from a standpoint of the company paying attention to it, because they reached out to me and were like, we love your video. We want to send you like a care package. And they sent me like all these shirts and hats and gift certificates. I mean, it wasn't like one t-shirt. They went to the gift shop and rated it and sent the family a box. I was more than humbled and impressed. That was very, very kind of them. I wondered about doing like a refresher video when I go there just to give them more coverage because I love the place, but I don't know if I could do it any better. Somebody though recently complained at me. It was hilarious. The most recent comment was, I told you guys last week, it was like, all we did is watch you eat shrimp and crab. Boring. So, everybody's got an opinion. I had my Father's Day on Saturday too. We spent the day in Amish country. Did you get any like food or anything when you were out there? Because that can be really good in the Midwest. Let us know. On the brighter side, I'm 95% better from what I had a few weeks ago. Thanks for the prayers on my behalf. Absolutely, Hope, and glad to hear that you are doing better. Let's see. Oh, somebody asking about, did you get an Amish country? And Larry, look, so we'll look for that. Okay, that's cool. And I'm trying to make shorts, but it doesn't become a short. I film them vertically and they're less than a minute. And I did hashtag shorts. Any advice? I just backed into learning all the criteria for the shorts. I want to pull the trigger on the shorts immediately. I know that I am. So the answer to your question, let me say in a couple of statements. No, I don't know. I I need to review the instruction myself. If you've noticed, I haven't done any shorts on my channel, but because of the delay between me making canned videos, I want to start using the shorts because I think it offers an informal route for me to share stuff more readily. But I did hear vertical hashtag shorts, less than a minute. Larry might have some ideas on it. I do know from my account, it's like when you go to create, you can create a short from that. So I'm going to review YouTube's official documentation on it and just make sure I understand the qualifications. But if it was me, I'd probably go to add and then create a short and then film it directly from there and then upload it, probably when out and about. So I'm not sure why it's not coming in as a short. But usually the internet's is a helpful area in that. I hope to become more of an expert soon, and be able to answer that question better. Happy Father's Day, Mr. Mountain Man. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. And to everyone else who was. Just watched the February old one and saw Ditta, my sister. That is fantastic. And good that you saw Ditta. That is awesome. I always love having her here. She was here not that long ago, even on a Monday, but we had a long day or something like that, and she was tired. And so I just knocked out Mountain Man Monday that Monday without her, but we'll get her back in a video. Let's see. I haven't got to the new handyman video yet. Have to watch after the live stream. What happened is that I put a new faucet on the kitchen sink, and thankfully it wasn't ancient, but I had forgotten exactly that style of mounting nut, and I couldn't find a good video on YouTube. I found one where a guy was removing a nut on the video, and it was like this. I don't want to get it out of focus, but it was like, if you turn this wrench right here and you can do like this, and I'm like, move your hand. I can't see what's in there. And he's like, yep, just do it like this. It'd be like if I had these pliers that I used earlier. If you just go like this and boop, there you go. And it's like, oh man, that was awful. So usually when I am in the middle of a project and I know something can help people out, I'll make a video. And the Eclectic Candyman's pretty low cost. When I say cost, I don't mean I just mean like, it doesn't take much time. I just was like in the middle of that, and I'm like, oh, I remember how to get this one off. Somebody else might be looking for this. Let me shoot the video quickly. The neighbors in my area must spend hundreds of dollars on fireworks. You would not believe the display. I always love it in the places I've lived when my neighbors do that. You know why? Because then I don't have to spend the money, and then I still get a good fireworks display. So absolutely. They set off fireworks at the park right across the street. So I have a campfire and watch them. That is the best. Whenever you live somewhere that you can get a good spot easily, and you don't have to do that deal where you have to sacrifice half of your July 4th sitting to camp out for a 20-minute fireworks show. Like when I was growing up in Columbus, it was called Red, White, and Boom. And the whole city would go there. And it was this amazing, spectacular thing, but it was an all-day affair. You needed to go very, very early in the day. Did you ride your bike this weekend? I saw plenty of them out Saturday and Sunday afternoon. I so wish I did, but I didn't. It was very like Friday. I had the day off, and I was cutting down tree limbs. I got a 16-foot retractable Fisker's cut tree limb cutter, and it's a manual one. And so I was going around doing that. And then Saturday I was doing the faucet, grocery shopping and getting ready. We grilled out, and then Sunday the stuff going on. So it was just another full week and lots going on around the house, trying to get all the projects behind me so that I can get a little bit of time, but also spending time with the family. But I want to get on the bike. Lots of cheese and baked goods and fudge in Amish country. That is awesome. I remember when we used to drive through there coming down from Northern Ohio, and sometimes they'd sell like strawberries and stuff on the side of the road. I guess it depended on what time of the year it was. Hey, story has it, haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. I know you're out in there in the community. Hey, I went bowling not that long ago, or the kids had a bowling party. And so I was at a bowling alley. There's a really nice bowling alley here in Asheville. It's pretty nice. Yeah, about the hands in front of, like, I mean, if you're gonna make a how-to video, like, that's one thing that I have gotten better at, I think, is camera angles. But that's a funny thing too, because I went back to an old Eclectic Handyman before I called myself the Eclectic Handyman. I was just putting stuff to help people, like the turn signal bulb on the minivan. And I went back and I'm like, "Oh, I bet you this is horrible." I'm like, "Man, not bad." This was before I had my channels. I was like, at least that one was hap good." When you make a video about installing a turbo toilet, um, if that'll help, I guess I've about made it through all the toilets in the house that have ancient toilet hardware. But how about, they've got like bidet toilets that plug in and all kinds of stuff. But I don't do the full toilet installation, like pulling it from the floor and doing the seal. But is that something you need, Lowly D, a turbo toilet? If you have one, let us know. Um, Recreation of the oversimplified logo of YouTube. Yes, that's cool. Hey, we got somebody new, I believe, Tanya Beatty. Hello to you. I hope you're having a great start to your week and nice Monday. Welcome to the Mountain Man Monday live stream. Let us know how you're doing. I hear lumber is going down in price, so I hope to get some projects done in the near future. Yes, I had seen that too, from the blurbs on the internet, and also I'd seen a quick chart in lumber commodity price or something, and it has come back down a lot. I don't keep tabs on it at like Home Depot or Lowe's to kind of track it, but I had heard it was getting ridiculously expensive, and then it got a lot cheaper. Hey, Mr. Mountain, glad I could join tonight. You should do a bowling video soon. You know what? That would be cool. That would be pretty easy too. Like I could cut frame, all balls and see where I haven't bowled in a while. Like if I'd made one, I'd probably get like a 150 or something. I mean, I used to be a 200 average bowler, but regardless, it'd just be fun. I just watched a video of a bear and two cubs trying to get in the bird feeder on the porch. It's a cute video, but again, just causes trouble for the bears, Asheville area. Yeah. I think I had a video, or no, I didn't. I had a news story about, but I didn't put it in. A girl got attacked by a bear that was sleeping in Pisgah Forest in a soft-sided tent, and it was a problem. I think the girl's okay, but I had seen the story. But yeah, the old bear thing. We talked about it last week about. Um, um, we're talking about not feeding the bears, because that can be a big problem, and then they can cause a lot of havoc. We've got a good question here. What are some nice historical places with history to visit in Rutherford County? Also places for the kids. So you got me on Rutherford County. I am more in the Buncombe County, Hendersonville County area. Let me double check my bearings. Is Rutherford County, and I might be saying it wrong. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, getting my bearings straight as one of my YouTubers I like, LA Beast. That is inclusive, if I am not wrong, of Lake Lore and Chimney Rock. So Tanya Beatty, if you I highly recommend Chimney Rock, North Carolina, both the town and the park. The park is very reasonable. If you have a family, you can go hiking. You can see some incredible views. You can take some great pictures. I forget the current cost at the park, but I think even with AAA, you might get $1 off. But even regardless, like it's not very expensive. They have a nice gift shop. They have food to eat, a bunch of different trails. I have a couple of videos on my channel if you want to check that out. I also have a video of the town itself. So if you're not into hiking, the town itself has some like little kids rides. They've got places to eat, places to shop, and walk up and down a few blocks. It's a very nice place. And then there's the river that runs right next to the town. It's beautiful. So you can spend a whole day or more there. There's great places to stay. And then just a stone's throw away from there is Lake Lore. You can take the family and go to the little beach on the lake they have there. They have a nice ice cream place near there, and places to eat and good places to stay. So I had to get my bearings on that area because that covers Lake Lore, Bat Cave, Chimney Rock. But outside of that, there's some mountainous area. But if you were to get outside of that, of course, you could come up to Asheville, go to the Blue Ridge Parkway, Asheville itself. I just did a video on the Arboretum. They're also in town. You could also go downtown. If you wanted to find a nice place to eat, there's a great mix of places to eat depending on the type of food that you like. Go up to the north east up to Mount Mitchell, the highest peak east of the Mississippi. So there's quite a bit to do, but you'll notice the theme that I'm talking about is a lot of it is outdoors, a lot of outdoor type stuff. But if you like a more leisurely pace, the dining and eating, and just some of the basic sightseeing from the car up on the Blue Ridge Parkway are all great things. I love the question. It was an excellent question, Tanya, and I hope that helped. If you have any follow-up questions on that, let me know. I hope lumber goes down soon. I hope it does as well, just in general, because I know that impacts like housing costs and all that stuff. Be sure to hit the thumbs up on this video, everyone. I really appreciate it. That was very nice. Glad to be here. My grandmother's Brooks and Deck ancestors are from Rutherford County. Oh, fantastic. I mean, I'm not sure if you're from the area or going to come visit the area, but definitely this is just Western North Carolina is just absolutely beautiful. There's so much nice to see here. This might surprise people, but the longer I live here, the more I'm beginning to think that this is my favorite time of the year. And people might wonder, well, why is that weird? It's a beautiful time, because normally the cliche beautiful time of the year is the fall. The leaves change. They take pictures from here and make big old puzzles of the place. The fall is spectacular, but I'm telling you right now, May and June are just delicious, here in the mountains. Everything is green and beautiful, and just you can go anywhere, and you can go out and check out the streams and the hikes and the views and everything. I just think it's a great time of the year. We're going to talk later tonight on news about the bear attack in the Smokies. So I just mentioned that verbally. I started doing articles, and I was about to put that one in there, and then I'm like, I wanted to be I had another article that I wanted to talk to a little bit more. And also, I didn't want to be a Debbie Downer. Like some weeks I do have some of that stuff. And I had just talked about the Bears last week. So when we get into the news here in a few minutes, I think you will enjoy. I've got something that'll make us hungry. And I do allude to one of the bear things. So I do have a bear story. Got to have the Bears. By the way, speaking of the Bears, if you have Disney Plus, check out the Bears movie. Is it called Disney? Disney Nature Presents Bears. It came out within the last 10 years. First of all, it's incredible in 4K. And second of all, it's a really cute documentary about bears. Check it out. If any of you've seen it, you'll know what I'm talking about. Again, it's on Disney Plus. By the way, I'm usually very good at not missing comments, but recently, because I get so far behind, if two people are talking to each other, I usually won't show those. If I ever miss anybody's that was actually a public comment, just post it again, please. So, 16-year-old was attacked. That's the one I was talking about, sleeping in a hammock in the Cosby area just a couple of days ago. Yes, that was the article. They had it in the Asheville in the Citizen Times, and she's okay. But they did say they found some blood on the bear that was human blood. So, but thankfully she was just fine. But yeah, the deal with the bears, I mean, they're wild animals. They look all cute and fuzzy, but yeah, it's not that cool. Which, speaking of wild animals, by the way, when we were when we were cooking out the other day, we got there and the picnic tables were kind of dirty last time. So we said, let's get some of those disposable tablecloths, like the plastic ones you use at birthday parties. So we put one down and we're bringing all our stuff, and the kids are getting out of the car. And there's this young couple that has a pit bull that's running kind of wild off the leash. And my wife's like, hey, and then, we got the sale of how their pit bull was, not harmful. And whatever. But then the lady can't control her dog. and it's running laps and going under our table, and it jumps up from like the mud and dirt on the table, on our tablecloth, and then off into the ground. And I'm like, hey, come on. And the lady's like calling to her boyfriend. She's like, I don't remember his name, like, John, come over here. And he's over by his car behind the door. And he's like, I can't. And she's like, I need the leash. Come here. He's like, I can't. And then and I'm like, I'm thinking like, dude, bring her the leash and get your dog. You know, I love dogs, by the way. We have a dog. I'm a dog person, but you got to be responsible with the dog. And I don't care how much people tell me how great their dog is. Dogs are still dogs, even my dog. And so I guess the dude was getting like fully undressed and like changing clothes, which he shouldn't be doing at the park. I think that's why he was doing it behind his car door, whatever. He comes out in like a bath towel wrapped around his waist and brings the leash, and then they take the dog away. But I'm thinking like, how, like, don't, I would feel so badly if like we took our dog somewhere and it ran over a family's picnic table, you know, with the door. I'd be like, oh my gosh, can I clean off your table? But I don't know. You know, everybody's idea of what manners are is a little bit different. So anyway, you talk about your wife and kids a lot. So why are they not in your videos? Just wondering. You don't have to answer this question wondering about. Yeah, you know, this channel is about me, Mr. Mountain Man. And you know, some people do involve their family. I'm telling you, it's not for a lack of not being proud and I love them so much. My wife has been in a video, and you'll probably see her in other videos, and I've had her in a picture. But you know, in the interest of just out of being conservative, and I realize that's weird. A lot of people like film their kids and their house and like every single inch of their life, but you know, with that, you know, it only takes 1% to be, you know, they're, you know, if somebody's weird out there or something, it's just a conscious decision. And some of this was based on advice indirectly. I don't want to say directly. I wasn't told to, but when I started getting more heavy into the YouTube community, and I was talking to Will from Yankee in the South, who's a seasoned channel, and some of his experience from others, it was just kind of a conscious decision to, you know, just not to have them in there. But I'm telling you, they're a hoot. They're a lot of fun, and it's awesome, but it's just not something that, you know, that I did. And I do realize I'd probably have a bunch more subscribers, and how neat the dynamic would be, because it would be more than just me. But that's why I get my sister involved. And sometimes you see my wife, and, you know, if I was doing something with another channel and stuff like that. But hopefully my personality will be big enough to fill the channel on its own. I love my smoker. Yes, the smokers are awesome. I still just use the gas grill in the interest of time, but where it's pretty cool. What's the best place to make a video in your opinion? Well, around here, great question. Around here in Western North Carolina, I think anywhere with a backdrop that has excellent views, like your avatar there. See the views in that picture of that mountain. I think that anywhere that you can have that backdrop, because obviously it's neat to have in focus, you know, maybe the topic at hand, whether it's a restaurant or a shop or something like that. But if you can have a backdrop that's visually stunning as well and be able to shoot that, then I think that that's a great thing. Now that's very abstract, but you know, this area of the country, whether it's East Tennessee or Western North Carolina, offers a lot of opportunity for some visually stunning video, wherever that is. Wow, they've made a beach there as well. Awesome. Thanks for the info. You bet. And I hope that did help on the over there in Rutherford County, and some fun things to do. Again, I have several. I have a real. So most of you know that I'm a big Last of the Mohicans fan for the movie. A lot of that was filmed over at Chimney Rock. So I have, you know, 2 hikes at Chimney Rock, maybe 3 hikes at Chimney Rock, and one of the town itself. And I plan on doing more. For a quick burger and a grill, I like a grill. For a long time smoking, I like my smoker. Yes. Yes. The Biltmore is free for kids all summer. Yes, it is. And, you know, I don't mean to glaze over the Biltmore. To me, it is so obvious. It'd be like, I guess if it'd be like if somebody said, what's the best thing to eat at McDonald's? Everybody knows the cheeseburgers and fries are what they're good. So, you know, you might pick up some other things. I probably often glaze over the Biltmore, but Asheville is known, and the number one thing to do is the Biltmore, in the history of the Biltmore. So excellent that Rita brought that up. Um, let's see. Just scrolling. I'm worried about the Bears. Bears really, they, around here, I haven't had much of a problem. There's a whole bunch more over there in like the Gatlinburg area because there's such a dense population of visitors and the tourist areas. And so a lot of people don't follow the rules and they feed the bears. So, often, we've stayed as a family in the cabins and you'll see a whole pack of bears, but they're just kind of lumbering around. And but it's still a wild animal. Hey, Cooey 5422. Yes, lad. I hope you're doing good. I hope you are doing well. Also, glad to have you here. Hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Good to see you again. Pit bulls or any dog can be unpredictable. I got attacked by 2 pits years ago. Yeah. So listen, I don't want to upset anybody about pit bulls, but the reality is I had lived in Florida a long time in here. And every 6 months there was an article that'd be really sad, like a little toddler getting killed by a pit bull or an older lady attacked by a pit bull. Lots of people getting killed by pit bulls. You didn't often hear about little kids getting killed by a Labrador retriever or something. And I've had people say, well, that's because it's not as a great of a story to cover. So that's why they don't cover it. But other dogs kill. The pit bull it can be an aggressive dog. It's just, and I hear the same thing from people who love pit bulls is it's the owner. If the owner was responsible, pit bulls aren't a problem. The problem is, as we've shown on this channel, people in general are not responsible, whether it comes to people carving their names in cabins or leaving trash all over the place or being rude. People often get pit bulls that are irresponsible. I mean, when we've always gotten our dogs from the Humane Society, and when you go there's a reason that 80% of the kennel is like pit bulls. And a lot of people don't want them and they try to sell them to you like a used car salesman. Oh, they're great and all this. And I get it. They can be wonderful dogs and people love them. They do, but they can also be very, very aggressive. I mean, there's a reason they're solid muscle. I mean, hey, Mr. Mountain Man here with muscle. The pit bull is solid muscle and it's got that jaw and that ability to be aggressive. But I also get it. Responsible dog owners, maybe some of you are here are pit bull owners. So I'm not saying anything bad, but in general, their statistics are statistics. Left to their own devices, they can be very aggressive and they can be very, very dangerous. So yeah, I love dogs. People need to control them in public places. Yeah. And so AZ Rock says, I love your limitations of people you run into. I probably don't do it enough, around the house and stuff. I do a lot of, imitations and I don't even realize it. And family will start cracking up. I should probably do it more often, but yeah, those folks were, they were younger and they were having a good time, but it's not your personal home or playground or backyard. Like, I'm a pretty big one for dogs need to be on a leash. And this dog, was just running all over the place. The lady couldn't control it as soon as we got there. And of course, we have a little one that's, a baby. So, anyway, it was a problem. Blaze of Interest says, everyone have a blessed night. You as well. And I hope you have a wonderful week. Thank you for stopping by. People say my dog doesn't bite. I say your dog has teeth. You never know. I mean, that's it. That's it right there. That's my line of thinking. Seems like not often I'm on the same wave, or not often do I ever disagree with Rita. I'm always on the same wavelength. I agree. I couldn't agree more. One of the things that we have done as a family when we've gotten dogs from the Humane Society as a litmus test to check is 3 things, actually. 1, give the dog a treat and take it away. See how they react. Will the dog just kind of back off or will they bite? Pull its whiskers. I'm not saying that's a nice thing to do to a dog, but if you pull a dog's whiskers and it kind of just looks at you or licks you, and pull its tail. I don't want to annoy a dog, but I'm just saying you can get a lot. I mean, if you pull a dog's tail or whiskers and it growls at you and, snarls, I mean, this may not be a great family dog. And this isn't the perfect test. Somebody might say, Mr. Mountain Man, that stuff is crazy. But I'll tell you right away, it'll give a good idea. And I'll tell you, we have had 2 dogs around all our kids when they were babies and never once Did they bite them? And let me tell you something. I am not a dog trainer. So it's not like I'm like, oh yeah, but if it was another kid, no, we always got very, very tame mixed breed dogs, tend to have a lot of lab in them. So they, you could do this kind of stuff and they would, it was a good test. But some people want dogs for certain reasons, whether it's hunting, protection. So there's other use cases, Um, let's see. I'm getting behind. I want to get to the news, so I'm not super far. There are risks involved with having your family, and I know the carpetbagger had some issues before. So Larry, yeah, and I'm a little bit behind. This was the information that Will was giving me. I think I said it, but if I didn't, it was via the carpetbagger. Will had told me about it, and I'm like, you know what? It's just not worth it. I am so proud of my family and the kids and everything, but but it's just not worth it. So, but again, I hope you guys are having a good time, at least with me here, So, yeah, you never know how they've raised their dog. It is true. Um, um, uh, they went for my wrist. I was lucky I still have use of my hand. Tanya, I know somebody else who years ago that had gotten attacked by a pit bull. Actually, this particular person it ended up like a lawsuit, and that person got money. I don't think they were looking for it, but they had a lot of medical bills. And anyway, it's just a nightmare. Not only the injuries and all that stuff. So yeah, I'm glad to hear that you, especially because of your craft and your trade, that it didn't, that you are lucky that it didn't have. Yes, glad you were able to recover. Is Maggie Valley closed? Maggie Valley is not closed, and it's a beautiful area to go to this time of the year. There's a lot of motorcycles that go through there. Here on the channel, Tanya, I often talk about a old defunct theme park called Ghost Town in the Sky, which has been part of the news that I do each week. On some new movements to try to resurrect that park. But forget about the park. There's all kinds of, there's nice shops and places to eat. It's on your way over to Cherokee, North Carolina, another beautiful area. So if you're on the west side of Asheville, that is a great place to go. I go back over your videos sometimes, and the audio and video is so much better now in the past. It's very good tonight. Yes, the old live streams, I was watching some of them. I had the old mic. I had a different format. I hadn't really zoned in. They're great for history. One of the things that I liked is I went back, and there are a lot of people that used to be regular attenders of this that are no longer. So that's one of the things I was interested in. I went back to the first 10 live streams, watched like a minute or two of each one, or just kind of spotty. And I was like, oh my gosh, I remember so-and-so and this person, and I haven't seen this person in a long time. And then there's others that have been here all the time. Please remember to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I appreciate that. Yes, thank you so much. Hey, Big Daddy, hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. Asheville is totally full of hipsters. It sure is. I may not be hip enough myself. Labs are the best, in my honest opinion. I couldn't agree more, Mr. Muskie. They are fantastic dogs. They are also, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, most often used for like seeing eye dogs and like therapy dogs. They're very smart. Has anybody heard about some type of slab of salt that you use to grill on, supposed to flavor the food? Interesting. Larry might know. I have not heard of that before. Is it the Himalayan salt slab? Yeah, I'm not sure. Good with grilled fish. Okay. It delivers heat and keeps the food moist. Very nice. Okay. Let's see. Mr. Mountain, have you been to the show movie called Unto These Hills? I think it's what it's called in Cherokee, North Carolina. So Hope, last week, one of my news articles was on Unto These Hills. It is running from now until August. I would love to go someday. I have not been. It looks super interesting. I am definitely going to go. I don't know if this year or not. There are so many things I want to do, but that is an excellent recommendation for the community. I had Onto These Hills in my Viewmaster when I was a little girl, brought into Cherokee, North Carolina. Yes, it's fantastic. I have a German Shepherd and he's sweetheart, but I still watch him around people even though he's good. One of my good friends growing up, who unfortunately passed away from a car accident years ago, he always liked German Shepherds, and he kind of had them as like a protection dog. So he knew that they needed to be trained, and So he liked that aspect. And for him, he was, very disciplined about that dog and, who it was around and stuff like that. Viewmaster, I just gave away my age. There are some great channels or not channels, accounts to follow on Instagram, like 80s retro and 70s retro, and you can see the Viewmaster. Oh, I met Ghost Town. Yes, so Ghost Town is closed, but there are some new financiers behind it, and it's been a buzz. My live stream, I think from 2 weeks ago, Tanya, I talked about it. One of the articles, which I will be getting to shortly, the news and notes. But it's pretty good. I hope that it does come back. It does come back. And yes, Kentucky Girl does have a channel. How far am I behind? I'm going to catch up. What's a Viewmaster? It's one of those things you look through into the light and you can click the little thing and it had a wheel on it that would turn and there'd be pictures on it. Those are pretty cool. That's a new one on me, Mr. Mountain. I haven't used a salt slab. Yeah, and it was Kentucky Girl and the others talking about that. A Viewmaster was a little toy you put your face and looked in the light, and you saw little reels of pictures you put and saw. Yes, that is. And you probably get one off of eBay if you're interested. I've never heard of a salt slab either, but cedar plank for barbecuing salmon is amazing. I am so hungry. I'll tell you what, that made my mouth water. And with that, let's go ahead and switch gears to housekeeping for the week of June the 21st. 2021. All right. As always, let's see. There's really no housekeeping on the front other than for the videos. As Kentucky Girl had mentioned, I do want to get into shorts. So if I have a goal in the next week, it would be to do at least one shorts and get something out there for the community. And then also a week or so ago, I did have the North Carolina Arboretum video. Make sure to check that out if you haven't already. I think most folks here have, or share with your friends if you want to on that front. Let me go ahead. Speaking of share, let's take a look at what we have here. Share the screen and let's go over to some pictures here. What kind of pictures do we have this week? We only have two. Boring, Mr. Mountain Man. All right. This one, hopefully it doesn't mess up the screen share here. Let's see. Are we doing all right? This one, the caption of it, this is when we're grilling. It says, looks like a backdrop to Last of the Mohicans. If you get a chance to turn this on with your speakers, check it out. It is so pretty right there. We were having fun skipping rocks and throwing rocks and stuff. I'm telling you what, that is North Carolina at its best right there. That is something else. That is really cool. It was a beautiful place. And put your feet in it. It was crisp, cool. And there were some people doing like fly fishing there. That was really, really neat. And then, so got that picture there. By the way, I love that fence in the background. I love that style of rustic fence. If there is an actual name to that fence, please put it in the chat, because what it is it's just raw pieces of wood with a rebar that goes down in. I think someday I'd like to get a fence like that, maybe along the driveway or something like that. So there you go. You can see the well-lit charcoal with the burgers and the hot dogs. And folks, I ate 4 burgers, 2 double burgers. And about 3 hours later, my body said good night, and I was so sleepy. That food was so good. It was that was really good. Oh, by the way, so I had thought about doing a video there, and in hindsight, it was probably a good idea. It didn't how frustrating the charcoal ended up being. But I plan on going back and doing a video there so that you guys can see the grilling in the water and stuff like that. But one thing I was going to mention in the video, if I did, I think Foxy Wolf had mentioned this a while ago. I did replace my grill brush from the bristle type to what is called a spun woven stainless steel. They are long continuous pieces. They almost look the same as they stick out. Functionally, they work the same, but it is a long coil of continuous stainless steel wire that comes out on the brush. So it's just as effective, but they don't break off. So anyway, I got that so I could clean the public grill before I used it. So anyway, some very nice pictures there. That is Mr. Mountain_man on Instagram, and make sure to check that out. Did we get any comments here? Let's see. Going through. Yes, yes, yes. Hope says exit 20 from I-40 westbound. You can go see some live elk. If you go, you should go in the morning or late evening. I would still love to see some elk. I know over in Cherokee, it is very, very nice over there. O'Charlie's has cedar plank salmon. If you're talking about the restaurant O'Charlie's, by the way, that place is fantastic for families. The kids' meals are only $2.99, which is unheard of these days. We go to some places that the kids' meals are $8 or $9. I've told you all about that before, and my kids hardly eat anything, and it's a ripoff. So if you're talking about the chain O'Charlie's, I know it's not like a total gym, but it is a great chain to go to if you've got kids. That is the Mr. Mountain Man Instagram account handle. Thank you so much. Yes, there are so many good movies filmed there. Also, Dirty Dancing and Last of the Mohicans were both filmed near Chimney Rock and Lake Lure, North Carolina. Split rail fencing, if that is the official name of it, with the wood. Thank you so much, because someday I will call a company and say, do you do split rail fencing? You would love the show, Mr. Mountain Man. I watched it when I was a little girl. Oh yeah, the Unto These Hills looks fantastic. Absolutely, I would love to see it. For house and car tips, tools, and how to use them, tune into the Mr. Mountain Man Alter Ego channel at The Eclectic Candyman. That is between this and the other 1-2 punch. If you want to hear my voice for some crazy reason, you'll get something between the two channels. Thank you for the validation. That's 2 people that said split rail fence. Yes. Yes. 3 people. Thank you. And Mr. Muskie. 4 people. That is awesome. Smoky Mountain Rough Rider. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man, all the good folks out there in Mountain Man land. It is great to have you here. I hope you're having a nice start to your week and a nice Monday. You look so happy. Nice pick. Thank you for the compliment. I was happy. I was happy because I was with the family in a beautiful place and about to eat some delicious burgers. Those were Angus 8515 from Walmart, pre-cut, so it was kind of easy. I put a little Worcestershire sauce on them and a little bit of Montreal steak seasoning. Those are regular hot dogs. That was and it was delicious. I put pepper jack and cheddar cheese on mine, and it was it's a nice place. I plan on going back there and doing a video sometime this summer, so you guys can check it out a little bit more than through a picture. Split rail fence. I definitely thank you so much for everybody. Now I know an official name on that. I was going to grill burgers tonight, but we've got 20-mile-an-hour winds all night. You know, sometimes I have grilled when it's windy, especially cold, and that's a pain. If you have like the kind of grill that I have, it's not horrible, but sometimes it's not nice standing out there. That looks so cool, Mr. Mountain Man. I appreciate it. You know, grilling out is really, really nice. Let's see. When I hear split rail, I think of Abe Lincoln. Oh, that's cool. I'm not sure what the association, but it is like an old-timey looking fence. Let's see. Good for you, Mr. Mountain Man, on the brush upgrade and the safety issues. Yes, I did research it, and that seemed the way to go. And it wasn't expensive. I got one at Walmart for $8. I like to clean my grill with aluminum foil. Yes. You know, I think there's probably a bunch of ways, but I knew that the bristles, you know, and listen, I used that thing for 15 years and we never had a problem, but it only takes once. And so it was a great recommendation. Now I'm hungry for 6 burgers on the grill. So yeah, we had 12 and we put away 10 because I think we took 2 home, two burgers and 2 dogs. And I took care of 4 of them. I use aluminum foil in the public grills. So here's the deal. I don't. And I wondered if this would come up because I know Yankee in the South did a video recently where they grilled and then he put foil down. And I think that's a fine idea to be safe. I light that grill up and I get it super hot and I put that grate about 1 inch off the rail or the charcoal 1 inch off the grate so that it sanitizes the surface. I also then clean it with the new stainless steel brush. And I let it preheat for a long time. I liken this to any restaurant you go to. If you go onto a restaurant, your food is being cooked with 100 other people. Now, somebody could play devil's advocate and say, well, those are trained cooks and they don't let things sit overnight, and they clean the grill in between, and they use sprays and some stuff. But I think the reality is it is probably a little bit more of a risk, but I do visually clean it off, and I let that stinker get so hot. And then the advantage of it is I get those nice grill marks, and I get that direct charcoal taste. The problem with the foil is, that smoke. Now you could poke some holes. It's just not going to taste the same though. So so anyway, I don't have any problem with the foil. I think it's a smart idea, but I like to clean it the best I can. And make it. Mr. Mountain Man can make food look so good that you can taste it through the screen. I know. And I didn't even show you the ones with everything having cheese and everything else on that. Split rail fencing is a pioneer era fencing, very old. And I think it just fits the bill for around here in the mountains. Charcoal is the way to go versus propane. Early on, when I lived at a house, I had a charcoal grill, but I know some of the health factors of using it and the carcinogens and stuff like all the time. So to me, it's a little bit more of a treat when we do the picnic and then at home, on the propane. Although I do use the ceramic briquettes, and there's also a tray for the wood chips that I can soak. So I think that and then plus the residual from the old food on my grill at home, I'm telling you, the food we make at home is every bit as good. Like mine isn't like metal to metal with just a flame. You've got residual food, the briquettes. If people weren't aware of those, look into the ceramic briquettes because they have hickory smoked and all this other stuff. And they break down over time, and then the food dripping into them plus the wood chips, it's pretty good. Let's see, making sure I'm caught up here so I can go to the news. This is the housekeeping. You don't get all the great flaming though with the foil. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how to start a grill. Sad, huh? I like the taste of charcoal in my food. So, at the beginning, Tanya, I was talking about, I had these Insta-Light charcoal briquettes that didn't light, and the family pitched in, and we got some dry sticks and stuff and some bamboo, and we lit them, and we got the charcoal to finally light. But if you're talking about a home grill, and if you ever buy one, the good news is most of them come with electric starter that uses a AAA battery. So once you get a propane tank and you turn it on, you literally just turn on the knob and press a button, and then the grill starts. And grilling is, some say it's an art, and I'm sure it is, and it took a lot of years. But the reality is, I think anybody who, if it has any experience cooking on a stove and kind of just can regulate temperature and kind of feel it out, can grill. I'm getting hungry too, just looking back at my old pictures. I always heard that doing the public grill the way you do is safe. Yeah, so we've never gotten sick from it. I have gotten sick from eating out before and food poisoning and stuff, but luckily not there. So again, I kind of like it as an experience going out on a picnic. So when I preheat the grill, and if I have enough charcoal on there, if it goes for 30 minutes and it's kind of the build up to grilling and having fun with the family and sightseeing and stuff, maybe if you bring a bag of chips or have some fruit or something, you can dig into that first. That's what we did. Foil stinks, sucks. Yeah, I mean, but the it might be, if you got to cook really quickly, it would be the best approach. Charcoal is carcinogenic. Yes. Oh, Loli, you're going to miss all the news for this week, the news articles. I'm going to get to it in just a minute, but anyway, you have a wonderful, wonderful night. Yeah, charcoal, I believe. Listen, when I'm not 100% sure on something, but I do believe it is actually grilling in general and any burnt food and stuff. Yeah. Thank you, Foxy. I knew charring your food is cancer causing, regardless of the type of fuel. Yeah. So I was on before I hit the comment, in general, like burnt food and stuff, but charcoal. Yeah. So use it as a treat, things in moderation. That's the important point, right? All right. So with that, let me go ahead and get to the news and notes for the week of June the 21st, 2021. All right. If you were hungry, what happened? Can you guys see me? Oh, okay. If you guys, let's see here. We're hungry. Get ready because you're going to get hungrier. And I'm hungry. First article up. 5 over-the-top ice cream treats you can enjoy in Asheville. The unofficial start, this was from this Asheville Citizen Times. The unofficial start to summer is here, and for many, that means ice cream. Fortunately, Asheville has plenty of options beyond the plain vanilla. Though, to be sure, Ultimate Ice Cream serves a killer Madagascar vanilla bean. That sounds really delicious. First up, the Hop Ice Cream Cafe. By the way, speaking of July 4th and fireworks, the Hop Ice Cream Cafe, I believe, does serve up ice cream down near the fireworks on July 4th, if I'm not mistaken, and it's very good. Greg and Ashley Garrison's newest location in the Highland Brewery-anchored S&W Market will work somewhat like a festival setup, and then it will be built for speed. Still, it will have all the milkshakes, ice cream, sundaes, and everything else you would expect a homespun Asheville ice cream store to have. Downtown Hop will carry beloved staples like salted caramel. Since you're probably wondering, there will also be a rotating flavor inspired by other S&W neighbors. Greg Garrison said that will be in collaboration with one of the vendors in the space, like Black Mocha Stout from Highland, or really any of their beers. Let's see. Even better, every Monday is Milkshake Monday, which means all milkshakes, including Jitterbugs, made with Penny Cup Coffee Company cold brew, are 5% off. Find your closest Hop Ice Cream cafe location at the Hop icecreamcafe.com. Next up in Asheville, 10th Muse Comfort Food. Over the Top is part of the business plan at Patton Avenue's 10th Muse Comfort Food, which serves some far out frozen desserts, including sundaes garnished with cereal or layered with the entire funnel cakes and topped with fried Oreos. What? Fried Oreos? Oh my gosh. Sounds junky and delicious. Shakes also get the creative treatment. The Cookie Monster with vanilla ice cream, cookie dough, cookie crisp, and hot fudge mixed in is as blue as the sweets-obsessed Sesame Street character for which it's named. And the s'more shake might sound tame with its graham crackers and chocolate chips, but the torched marshmallows speared right on the straw makes it extra Instagrammable. That is delicious. By the way, if any of you all have been to any of these places, please let me know, because I know some of you, like Larry and others, have been to the Asheville area. Dough-Pea Donuts, next up. Does Astronaut ice cream count? Sure it does. By the way, that second picture, I believe on the right, is from there. That's on the menu at the Underground Cafe, which serves dough-pea, pronounced dope. Thank you, Mr. Mountain Man. Let me say it right. Dope donuts. A project from Chef Jay Medford. Medford uses wild toppings, including cheddar powder and spicy Takis Fuego chips, though he also ropes in tamer standards like sprinkles. I saw those Taki chips at Walmart the other day. Oh, I must have missed, by the way. Oh, I did miss a couple things on the Instagram. I had posted a video of one of those carts at Walmart with the wobbly wheel, and it's like, so I'm sorry I didn't show that. But if you, you get those carts that stink. I got one the other night when I was at Walmart, buying the burgers, by the way, for that trip. Anyway, back to Dope Donuts. His latest entry is vanilla glazed donut dusted with crumbled Neapolitan astronaut ice cream sandwiches. You know, the kind you used to score in the museum gift shop when you were a kid. Actually, astronaut ice cream is really cool. When I lived in Florida, I got to go to the had an annual pass to the Kennedy Space Center complex at the Cape, and they had astronaut ice cream. That stuff's pretty good. Looking for regular ice cream that drips and melts rather than crunches? That's also on the way. Medford said he's planning to make donut ice cream sandwiches soon. Oh my goodness, I have a weakness for donuts. Food Dope Donuts within the Underground Cafe is located at 22 South Pack Square. Next up, Sunshine Sammy's. This cute sweet shop in downtown Asheville makes some of the biggest ice cream sandwiches you've ever seen. There was a picture in the article, and it was huge. If that conjures up images of the classic vanilla bean chocolate wafers version, think again. Sweet chef Susie Pearson and her staff bake fresh, fat cookies in-house and sandwich some of the fascinating ice cream flavors in the middle. One of Pearson's most recent creations is a cherry almond sandwich made with a bourbon vanilla bean ice cream base, swirled with house candied cherries and house-made truffles. It's all sandwiched between graham cracker cookies. Find Sunshine Sammy's at 99 South Lexington Avenue. There's also shipping available via www.sunshinesammys.com. Last up, the Ultimate Ice Cream Company. You'll find all sorts of delicious classics at this Asheville favorite, which has locations in North and East Asheville. For extra nostalgia, try 3 scoops of the shop's house-made ice cream and a banana split. I'm going to pause there. My favorite ice cream treat is in a banana split. I want to have one on my birthday, and I want to have one right now. If I had one, I would eat the whole thing on camera. I am so hungry. And I said the banana split, and I love it. I will even like a banana split from Dairy Queen. They are so good. I love a banana split, which can be topped with a variety of sauces. Strawberry and caramel are always winners. And toppings such as gummy bears, tiny M&Ms, and of course, whipped cream and cherry. Yes, there are sprinkles in both chocolate and rainbow, which might as well be a flavor. What ice cream to choose on your sundae is up to you, but fresh strawberry, Belgian dark chocolate, and Madagascar vanilla bean are all safe bets. Find Ultimate Ice Cream at 1070 Tunnel Road or 195 Charlotte Street. Hey, listen, you probably didn't capture all the addresses. The point being, if you get to that article in the Citizen Times or come back to this and take note of those places, if you're ever in the Asheville area, sounds like incredible. And I need to take the family to some of these because, normally when I think about ice cream, we just buy a tub from the grocery or do something like that. But this sounds incredible. Like it'd be a good idea to have dinner and then go to one of these places. That sounds delicious. Let's see if anybody has been to any of these or seen any of these. Let's see. I'm curious about when I see somebody smoking brisket, it looks totally covered in black. Is that healthy? Um, I think in general, like, it's not a one day thing, but in general, grilled food, burnt food, charred food, is more carcinogenic than baked food and such. So, yeah, I burn the food all the time and I'm fine. There you go. Yeah. Yes, that looks delicious. Ice cream. I need ice cream. That arm coming out of your forehead, you were born that way. Yeah. I can't believe 4th of July is right around the corner. Is that an Asheville vegan burger? No, that's actually an ice cream treat right there, like covered. And it's very, very good. Yes, that list better have Sunshine Sammy's. So that comment must have been before I did say Sunshine Sammy. Say that like 10 times. Sunshine Sammy, Sunshine Sammy, Sunshine Sammy, Sunshine Sammy. Look, I'm butchering it. Milkshakes versus malts. Both, please. I'm glad I have ice cream in my freezer now because I'm craving it. I'm telling you, this story, my mouth is like watering. I like pineapple milkshakes. If the best pineapple treat I ever had is the Dole Whip from Disney World. Everybody talks about them. And sometimes when something is larger than life, it's not all it's hyped up to be. But if you like pineapple flavor, there is nothing like a Dole Whip at Walt Disney World. They are absolutely amazing. Who's all in Western North Carolina? They usually do a great show of fireworks in McDowell County. Yes, lots of places. If you're local to the area, maybe next week, if I remember, I'll try to get an article in here about like some of the locations or at least website to look for it. Yes, it is yummy. Malts, but I have suffered through a shake or two. Yeah, just malted powder. Yes, on pizza, Hawaiian pizza, pineapple on pizza. Right now I want pizza, cheeseburgers, ice cream. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'm on a diet. Yeah. Well, hey, all in moderation. I know. Oh, and when you get those carts, yeah. I don't know if you saw I think you saw the video, but yeah, it was like blah, 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 blah. It was that's when I always go to the expensive grocery stores like Publix, Harris Teeter, or whatever. And they're like the ball bearing wheels are smooth and slick. I'm like, that's how you know you're at a good grocery store, not Walmart. But Astronaut ice cream at Neil Armstrong Museum. Yes, that is very good. It looks like it's like dry and boring, but it's really good. Banana split. You cannot beat it. Yeah. Gummy bears, by the way, they're usually on like at Golden Corral. They have, which we were at yesterday, and they have gummy bears near the ice cream part. Favorite ice cream is Culver's custard. Culver's is another place that gets really busy. If there's a messed up cart, I'll get it. I got the king of them all, I think, the other day. Sherbet is not as popular as it was when I was younger, but still love it. And the kids love it too. I love my hot fudge sundae with whipped cream. You can't go wrong with a classic hot fudge sundae. In fact, not having to go over the top, McDonald's, believe it or not, their soft serve with hot fudge is a great quick treat. I think it's $1 still around there. And they do a good job. But of course, there's the gourmet places that have a good one. But Sometimes we just go to McDonald's and you can either get strawberry, caramel, or chocolate. And I love their soft serve. I'm actually not super picky, but if I had my choice, it's still going to be a banana split. Has anybody ever tried Sweet Frogs in Pigeon Forge, Gatlinburg areas, or Myrtle Beach? Yes. Family has been to Sweet Frogs. It's a chain, but it's a great place to go and get ice cream. Speaking of ice cream, I just remembered I do have one ice cream video from Maggie Valley, North Carolina. I did it ad hoc. If you go back and search for dining reviews, it's called Log Cabin Frozen Treats. It's a short video, but I did do one. I don't have any ice cream, but I have a fresh pecan pie I'm about to dig into. Yes, that is super sounding good. If this just all of a sudden blacks out and the Mountain Man Monday live stream just ends, it's me going to get food because I am like so hungry right now. But anyway, that is very good. I love hot fudge cake. Yeah. And if you put ice cream on it, oh my goodness, so good. Hey, Tracy, I hope you're having a great start to your week and a nice Monday. We are talking about delicious ice cream here in the Asheville area. So yes, without further ado, I better get to the next one before I pass out from being hungry. This is an interesting article that I may not have the time I want to give to it for some conversation, but it was a pardon me while I take that water break. It's like Mountain Man Monday is like my throat and voice box goes to Gold's Gym, and gets a workout. This was an article about what do you call it when it's an opinion piece where somebody wrote in to this Mountain X. It's a very short article. Basically, it said here, this was what the person said. I have been coming to Asheville since I was 7 years old, ending and moving here in 1995. Sad as it is that people want to move here, but have no place to stay. It should not be a problem for those of us who have already invested in the city and who live here. The overdevelopment of the city is demeaning the properties and the lifestyle that those of us who live here already own. So my question is, why do we have to accommodate more and more people who want to live here? When do we get to the point that we say no more space available? I think that saying that is just fine. Every hotel does it, every resort, every property development companies have to put a closure on their offerings when they're sold out. Asheville is sold out. So go somewhere else to live. There are other places, and I don't know why we have to coddle everyone who wants to live here. This is a pretty rough article. Destroying the very essence of why everyone wishes to live here. It's past time that the greedy developers of the world go somewhere else to hawk their wares. They have already done enough to damage Asheville. If this trend continues, we are going to end up a junk town where nobody wants to live. Just say no to save Asheville. Well, all right. I don't know what you all think about this. You can relate this to any part of the country that you enjoy. What's your favorite city? I've lived in Charlotte. I've lived near Orlando. I've lived in Central Ohio. I've lived here. And one of the reasons I left some of those other places because they did get very big and the traffic got very bad. You obviously are not going, there's no such thing. You can't, the analogy that person made that they compared it to a hotel, a city is not the same thing because cities don't have a finite amount of space. You can always build more. What can be done and when I lived in Charlotte, that wasn't done that well. And if anybody's lived in Charlotte, you might attest to this, is, the representatives that are elected, like city manager and planning and stuff, and things called impact fees and how they charge new businesses and residential, they can kind of gauge development to make sure that infrastructure, roads, and everything can handle it. And if they don't allow that, then a city grows too fast. Then you have traffic nightmares and you have problems with schools and you have all kinds of different issues because there's not enough schools and, there's too many people living. So, there was another good article. I should find it that would go on to this. It said, I got mine. Now nobody else should get theirs. And it was talking to the fact of people who moved to Asheville that are not native and then say, I don't want anybody else to live here so that they don't destroy the quaint nature of it. So, it's an interesting conversation. I could probably have a very good conversation with this community about that for a long time. You could also look at other areas that are rapidly developing, like Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg area. the one natural factor that keeps rapid building from happening in places here in the mountains is the terrain and the geography. It's not cheap. It's not like Ohio where you can take a cornfield, a developer can buy it and slap down 300 houses in a matter of time. Here with the terrain and everything, it's very difficult and expensive to build. But the reality is Asheville has exploded. And one of the reasons that it has gotten so popular and big is because of technology and the current ability for people to be able to move where they want and work their jobs remotely without having to have a physical job in the town they live. 10, 15, 20 years ago, living in a mountain community might have seemed antiquated. You know, people wanted resources of the city. They wanted shopping. They wanted culture. They wanted art. They didn't want to live in a country town that was quiet. That was something for only retirees. But now people have jobs, maybe in software, IT, or in technical or anything, business. And they're like, their company might be in New York, and they used to live there because they had to go to the office, and now they can move anywhere. They went on vacation to the mountains. They love it. And so now they move here. And so, you know, it's tough because I think the fact of the matter is the secret's out. You know, Asheville and specifically has made a ton of lists about top 20 places to live, top 20 places to retire. And it's just droves of people. You see Florida license plates here all the time. People that are tired of the heat and they want to come back here. And so they want to I'm just they want to move here. And so, you know, overpopulation is not that there's not enough land in the United States for everybody to live, but in certain pockets, it's getting very, very busy. When I was a little bit younger, I didn't mind the traffic. I wanted everything happening and hopping and going, you know, awesome. But the older I got, the more I appreciated a little bit quieter style of life. And so that's why I love the mountains. Absolutely, absolutely love it here. So I understand why other people want to move here too. So it's you know, that article, you can't stop people from moving here, but I will forewarn people that if they want to move to the area and they want that quaint type, look outside of Asheville proper, because Asheville will continue to build, you know, more the dense area, you know, and more people and shops and stuff, and it will get busier and busier as a bigger, larger city area in the mountains. A lot of people, when they're done with their jobs in Atlanta and Charlotte and Raleigh, they're like, I want to go migrate over to Asheville. Well, a lot of people have that exact same plan. So it is getting busy. That has caused property values and housing to go up in costs. So it's not a perfect formula. I could go on and on about this, but in the interest of eating dinner here shortly, I probably will read some of these comments and move to the last article here. Let's see what you all had to say. Sorry, just catching back to where, if I miss anybody's comment, because the end of your ice cream video was great. Yes, thank you. I appreciate that. I need to go back and watch that one again. That was a good video. Is your back and elbow feeling better after your workout? Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. My back is probably 80% better. My elbow is annoying the heck out of me. Right now, I have no pain. It's a little bit of tennis elbow, but when I start working out, sometimes I start to feel it, and it's irritating me because it's kind of holding me up a little bit. So I hope it's on the up and up. We just got that new bed, so I'm hoping I have a better night's sleep. Maybe I'll start to feel, start to repair a little bit better. I'm starving. I only had a small bowl of soup for dinner. Yeah, I haven't even eaten dinner. Ate lunch. That is happening here in Concord. I don't know if that's North Carolina, New Hampshire. I used to live up that way. I went to UNC Charlotte. If you're from the North Carolina area, if you mean Concord, New Hampshire, or somewhere else, I'm not as familiar. But now some kids are having to switch schools because of development. You know, that was another popular area when I was up there. The university area was kind of the extension of Charlotte, but then it became like one city all the way from Charlotte all the way up to Concord. I mean, it would go Concord, and then was it Kannapolis, or keep going up I-85. And that used to be like far away from Charlotte. Now it's just like one big long thing with the outer belt. What is it, 485 or whatever up there? But yeah, just, massive amounts. A long time ago, they built the mall up there. I can't believe it slipped my mind. I used to go there all the time, but it's been about 15 years. But yes, a lot of areas that is having happen. People move in and out all the time. I can understand why people want to live in certain areas. I could never tell people not to move here. Right. And we can't. The one advice I have for anybody moving to an area is adhere to, I've said this on the channel before, adhere to the culture of the natives in that area. For example, when we moved here from Florida, I'm not telling anybody in Asheville how to live or how it was in Florida or how it was in Charlotte. When I moved to Charlotte from Ohio, I didn't tell people how to live. I had, I the new words people say, the new things, the new food that people eat. Um, I soak it in and absorb it. One of the most tacky things is when I moved to Florida. A lot of people that moved to Florida are from New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and you would constantly hear people from New York. Well, New York, we did it like this. In New Jersey, we did it like this. This is how we did it in New York. This is how New York is. This is how New York is. It's like, you know what? I-95 goes right back to New York. So if you don't like Florida, go back to New York because this is Florida and Florida's Florida. And so I also think it's good that people bring in their culture, by the way, like new cuisines and I mean, that is welcomed, but nobody, when they open up a restaurant, like, Indian cuisine or Asian or Western or whatever it is, nobody's saying you have to eat my food. And that is actually adding to the culture. But it's when people move to an area and start telling other people how to live. The South has beautiful people that live here, and adhering to how people are. It's just a wonderful thing. So that's the only recommendation, is going to someone to a new area, I think. Have a wonderful evening, Tracy, and thank you for joining us this evening. Let's see. You have to head out as well. Early morning, as always. It's been great spending time here. Have a great week, Mr. Mountain. Everyone, to you as well. Anybody who's new, make sure to check out LMR Collins. 1966 has a channel here on YouTube. If I miss anybody's great accent, yeah. Oh, and it was great accent, yeah. That's how it sounded. I remember a lot of the talk radio there, the local AM radio people would say that stuff all the time, and it was really tacky. Yes, Concord, North Carolina. Yeah, I used to Mills, something Mills. Concord Mills was the name of the mall. That used to be a big deal. I remember that. That was when they opened that. Still love that area. I went to a UNC Charlotte football game 2 years ago, and that's a great area, but it is getting very busy up there. Welcome, new visitors. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe, ring that bell, and hope to see you back each and every Monday for the Mountain Man live stream. And I appreciate Foxy and all the moderators, here for everything that you do and being here. And I enjoy everybody being here. There is a restaurant called the River Buffet and Grill in Charlotte. You need to try it. Ooh, that sounds good. Yes, assimilate. That is exactly the word. You need to assimilate into the culture. That is a succinct and exacting word for it. If I was to move anywhere, I would do that. It's okay to be, I think, additive to the culture is what I was saying, but not replacing of it. And so to add to a culture is a fine thing to do. To assimilate to an existing culture is a good thing to do and respectful thing to do. I feel like watching Rocky now. I don't know if that was random or something said, but I love Rocky. I love all the Rocky movies, and Rocky 4 is one of my favorite movies. I might have missed something that I said. I witnessed some man telling this lady from Florida to go back to where she came from. That was rude. I agree. I love diversity. Absolutely. And that's what makes all communities great, is the diversity and everybody that is additive to a culture and brings in their new things. It would be so tacky of me if I had moved to Asheville and I said, like, there were some like native Asheville folks here. And I'm like, well, what you should do is the way we did it down in Florida was, that would be, I would cringe at saying that to people. So I agree, Tanya. Yeah, telling this lady to Florida to go back to where she came from. My comments about go back to New York was that the people from New York and Florida seemed so fixated on the way New York was that they wanted to make Florida, New York, and not in an additive way, but in a kind of a replacing way. And now Florida is a weird place in general because Florida is the quintessential melting pot. There are very few people I knew. Maybe Mike is still around. I think on the interior of Florida more than the coast, but where I was, almost nobody was born and raised in Florida. Faye, who comes on here every once in a while, it's a good friend of the channel. She is actually a native Floridian, but there were a lot of people. It was that, oh, Concord Mills has gotten bad, lots of shootings. You know, that's such a shame. Like, I think a lot of malls in general have kind of like become like loitering places, and crime has gone up. When I was a kid, like going to the mall was like the place to be. There, and Tanya, I talk about documentaries I love watching. I got into watching like 80s mall documentaries, or some good ones on YouTube. I think it was such a cool cultural thing to do when I was growing up, but anymore, it is true. There are a lot of malls, even here in Asheville. It seemed like it's a very safe and clean place, and we go there, but it's kind of a wrong place, wrong time, wrong place, wrong time, or whatever. You know, it's just bad luck. Like you could be there 100 days in a row and great, and then all of a sudden, you know, a bad apple shows up and something bad happens. And so, yes, variety is the spice of life. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will check it out. Hope, thanks for the info. Yes. Thanks for the shout out, Mr. Mountain Man. Much appreciated. Absolutely. And anybody who has a channel or some videos they want to share, let us know. Bandit Bear forces closure of Mount Pisgah campground for someone. Parkway officials are temporarily prohibiting some camping at Mount Pisgah campground due to bear activity beginning this previous Friday, the 18th, and lasting through Thursday, June 24th. Tents and soft-sided campers are temporarily prohibited at Mount Pisgah campground. Blue Ridge Parkway officials say the campground located near milepost 408 has seen some increased bear activity in recent days. Officials say one particular young bear has established a pattern of entering occupied campsites, coming too close to campers, and taking food from the sites. Park rangers and wildlife biologists are responding to the area and will attempt to disassociate this bear from human food rewards so all camping can resume. No injuries have been reported. So this is not a story in conjunction to the other one we spoke of earlier, but it is a common pattern. Camping in cars will be permitted during this time, and some tent sites might accommodate hard-sided campers. Walking up camping will be evaluated on a case-by-case basis by park staff to ensure equipment meets current requirements. Existing reservations for tent camping at the campground have been canceled for the next 7 days. Reservation holders were contacted by the park staff, and reservation holders were contacted by park staff and through the online reservation system, recreation.gov. I don't know if anybody here plans on camping, but just probably something to check ahead of time. And once again, don't feed the bears. Don't feed the bears. Don't feed the bears. Look at the bears. Take pictures of the bears. Stay away from the bears. And watch that Bears movie that Disney put out that I was talking about, which is absolutely incredible on Disney Plus. It's been out for like 10 years or 5 or 10 years. But do not feed the bears. Last up, the 7-day Asheville, Western North Carolina forecast. For those of you in the lower parts of Asheville that we're talking about, you might be a little envious of this weather because it is a little bit more mild. I know when I lived in Charlotte, high 90s was a regular thing. This week, we had a little bit of a warm one today, but we've got 70s and low 80s the rest of the week. Should be very pleasant, and I'm happy to see a mix of rain and sun so that we don't either be on the drought or on the flood either way. And that does it for the news and notes of the week of June the 21st, 2021. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Let's see here. I could live in Louisville. I love that city, but not far enough south. Yeah, but some great culture there as well. Love it here, but when it's in the upper 90s, I want to move north. I know. Free air conditioning. Mr. Mountain, you should go to that restaurant in Charlotte and do a video on it. Yes. Anytime there's a buffet, absolutely. I love it. I would love to do it. I think it's beautiful, and there is so much to do around that area. Yes, in Louisville. Tim Wheaton, good to see you. Hello, Mr. Mountain Man and Mountain Man followers. Hope everyone is having a great week so far on vacation at Lake in Michigan. I hope you're having a wonderful week, and Michigan is going well. Haven't seen you in a while, and hope you are doing well. Yes, hope you're having fun, and good to see you. Another person who hasn't been on the channel in a while. I was talking about old live streams, and just great to see new folks. and chiming in, and folks that have been here around a while. Michigan lakes are beautiful. I've talked about it, and something called the Finger Lakes up there. Um, Larry, if you ever go to Put in Bay and do a video, I'm going to live vicariously through you. I miss Put in Bay a lot. It's such a great tradition. My dad and I went there for over 20 years. We would go there, and then we would go to the NASCAR race on Father's Day weekend or around there at the Michigan NASCAR race. Did that for 20 plus years. And then he was getting older and decided didn't want to do that anymore. And that it was a natural progression. But definitely love that area up there. Great time. Supposed to get down to 39 tonight. Enjoy the cool evenings in the summer. Yeah, you must be all the way at the top. I hear the dinner bell for your near future. Foxy, I think you just did the setup for me to slam dunk it, because I am so hungry, and I think it is time to wrap up the live stream here. I'm sorry that Tim just joined. We had a great conversation. You might want to go back and check it out. Put in Bay is very nice. If I lived up there or get back up there, I would love to do a video. It is an incredibly fun and wild place to be. There is something for everyone up there. So I hope you all enjoyed this live stream. I'm sure everybody's going to go grill a burger, get some ice cream, and check out some mountain videos, and don't feed the bears and do all those fun things. I was just glancing out the window. I noticed it's getting darker over my shoulder. Today, I believe, is officially the first day of summer or thereabouts, and one of the longest days of the year, June 21st. So I hope everybody is enjoying their summer and having a great, great, wonderful summer. Great live stream. Hope you enjoy your dinner, and hopefully your bed will help you sleep. Yes, I am so looking forward to it. It's the first new bed for me that I've had in 20 years. It was well overdue. And so I am looking, we got this hybrid Serta memory foam. We got it from a place called Mattress Firm. It's amazing. I'll let you know next week if y'all ask about it. This live stream was so informative. I'm glad I caught it. I look forward to attending another one. Good night. Tanya, it was great having you here. Excellent questions. I so appreciate it. Absolutely great having you here. And anyone else that was new. Tim, it was great to see you. Yes, if you want to catch up, as always. Larry, first on deck tonight. I appreciate it. Have a great night and a great live stream. I thank you so much. The story has it. It's great to see you again. AZ Rock, as always, it's a pleasure. Great live stream. Have a great week. And the ice cream, yes, Big Daddy, Kentucky Girl, thank you. Foxy Wolf, have a great week. So to you and to everyone, I hope everyone, yes, Hope Faith live. Oh, yes, every Monday. Thank you, Hope, for chiming in. This live stream is every Monday, usually between 6 and 10 sometime. And I announce on the channel a few hours before when I plan on having it. I want to bet that you can raise the head up. I'll just quickly interject. When we went to Mattress Firm, the bed frame that came with it was free. It was a promotion on Memorial Day weekend, and it has the pneumatic thing that raises the bed up. I've never had one of those. It was a $500 value. It was included. So I'm just like, wow, like that's going to be pretty cool. So yes, I'll have to tell you about it next week. Yes. Thank you. Good night, everyone. I hope everyone has a wonderful, safe week. And until the next, let me get the right banner up here. Until the next Mountain Man Monday, I wish you all very well. Good night, everyone. And we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.